Welcome back to the Hello everybody. This is going to be a bit of a different video, a little bit of a shorter video. I wanted to make these little top 5 fun videos to work on in between bigger videos that I'm working on, which a bigger video is coming, and I'm going to tease it here at the end of this list. Today we're just going to do my top 5 video game franchises of all time, and just what I love about each one, what I like, what I don't like, real fast. It's not going to be a super long video. I don't have a script for this. I simply have my list up here next to me. I'm going to throw some stuff up on the screen. It's going to be just kind of a relaxed and fun one for today. I'm already a day behind on recording stuff, so oops, my bad. So let's get right into it, man. Let's start with the honorable mentions. Honorable mentions I want to throw out to Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls is a fantastic franchise. I've only ever played Skyrim. I've started the Oblivion rework or remaster, on Xbox. Well, I haven't finished it. I don't think I've put more than 15 hours into it. I can't say as a franchise how much I love it, but Skyrim for sure is one of my favorite games of all time, so I'm going to give that an honorable mention. We've got the original Battlefront games, Star Wars Battlefront on the PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube, that kind of thing. I don't actually know if it came out for GameCube. I didn't do any research for this, but the remakes are fun. The originals are just better. It's so much fun. It's one of the reasons my dad and I are so close is because I grew up playing those with him on a PlayStation 2. A little bit newer side of the spectrum. I don't know if I can count this as a franchise yet, but I just want to give a shout out to Balatro because it's one of the best games ever made. And I'll give it an honorable mention in this video, even though it probably should be an honorable mention or a placeholder in another video. I love that game. Also, to Hades. I'm not a big roguelike person. Balatro and Hades are the only ones I've ever really enjoyed. And Hades 2 just came out. Really excited to see if that's going to go anywhere. I love the stories of the games. I'll watch people play them. Gameplay doesn't do it for me. Along with this other honorable mention, work today, brain, of Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is one that I have watched people play. I was very excited when Silksong got finally announced for the community themselves. Hollow Knight is one of those games that it never grabbed me as a gameplay sphere. Like I can't play it. I can't get into it. I've spent 3 or 4 attempts trying to get into it, and it's just not for me. However, I absolutely adore the series just watching other people play it, and so I'm going to give that an honorable mention here. And then this one was honestly in the top 5, but I had to knock it down when I realized I had missed one of my favorites. The Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor series. It really brought Star Wars back to, I think, the forefront of the video game world. And while Survivor had a lot of issues at launch performance wise for about a year until they fixed it, at least on Series X, I think those two games, story wise, just hold up so well in that universe. I love Cal Kestis as a Jedi. I love everything that they've done with Darth Vader and that. And if you want to know more about my thoughts actually on Jedi Survivor specifically, I did a Get Wrecked episode with our friends over at Play Along Pod, and I will make sure to link that episode on Spotify down in the description, where me and Jared both went and played recommended games with each other. And I got to play Titanfall 2. He got to play Jedi Survivor. We had a really long discussion about both games. I think it's like 2.5 hours of just the two of us talking about these two specific games. Jedi Survivor and Fallen Order are some of my favorites. So definitely gets like the highest honorable mention I can give it because it's probably number 6 if I was doing a top 10. But let's start and get into it. Number 5 franchise of all time is going to be Battlefield for me. You're going to notice on this list that a lot of these are first-person shooters. I'm a first-person shooter player. It's who I am as a person. It's what I grew up with, and you'll see why at the end of the video at my number 1. Battlefield has been a series, as you guys have seen previously, that I've loved forever. I've played pretty much all of them to this point. I've even gone back, played the older ones. It's something that my friends and I enjoy. It's something that I still enjoy to this day. And October 10th is literally circled on the calendar for when Battlefield 6 comes out. And if you want more on my Battlefield takes, you can go back and watch my Battlefield 6 beta review. I am so excited for that game. I am like shaking just talking about this franchise. I love it so much. I cannot wait until the new one comes out. And I can't wait to see what they do with it too. I have a lot of hope for that game. A lot of hope for a revitalization of that franchise. And just, I love it. It takes number 5 spot. Easy. Number 4 is going to take the spot here at Fallout. Fallout as a series is my preferred Bethesda series. As much as I love Skyrim, Fallout 3, Fallout 4 have been probably two of my favorite games of all time. And I'm currently playing through Fallout New Vegas completely for the first time. I don't know how I missed it, and I just actually did a very short like preview of it over on the Showboys podcast for our game club. And I'll make sure I link that podcast episode in this description too. I do a lot of stuff with a lot of different channels here, and I have a lot of fun doing it. I've made a lot of great friends in this community. But Fallout is just fantastic. The TV show, I was very hesitant about. I wasn't sure how they were going to approach a TV show. And even the first season of that TV show is one of my favorite seasons of TV, probably ever as well. I think it's such a great adaptation. I could probably do an entire video just on that, and maybe I will when season 2 comes out. Season 2, I think, is slated for March of 2026. I'm not sure, but when season 2 of Fallout comes out, I'd be more than happy to do a video talking about both seasons and how much I love them and how well they represent the games. And that's another reason why I'm playing Fallout New Vegas right now. They're going to New Vegas in the show, as far as I know, and I want to make sure I have as much of like the world lore ready before that season comes out. And that's Fallout. That's number 4. It's hard to top. It's hard to top Fallout for me. I've spent a lot of time in Fallout 3, a lot of time in Fallout 4. I am happily chugging away at Fallout New Vegas. But number 3 is a game that I think it's one of the few games that has actually eclipsed over 1,000 hours for me. And as a franchise, it is something that I wasn't sure if I was going to like when it first came out. I was actually very heartbroken about the studio leaving their original property, is the word I'm looking for there. Their studio leaving their original property, going to take on this, and that is Destiny. Destiny as a franchise is one of my favorite franchises of all time. As you can see in this video, I don't even know if I have the right words to explain how much I love this. I'm currently sitting, I think, a little under 1,150 hours on Destiny 2 on Steam, and that's just Steam. I used to play it on PlayStation before I made the switch to PC, so I'm probably closer to like 1,500, 1,600 hours in just Destiny 2 alone across the 10 years of that game's life cycle. It's not in a great spot right now, and I probably will do a video on Destiny 2 here at some point. It's hard for me to talk about. I love Destiny a lot. It's not in a great spot. If you're on Destiny Twitter at all, you follow a lot of our big community members and content creators, you know that literally as of today, I'm recording this on September 27th, 2025, Edge of Fate is kind of fallen off, and I don't know where the game goes from where it is right now, but in this list idea, I'm looking at the game as a franchise, and it has given me some of not only my favorite lore of the games, it's given me some of my favorite characters in Cayde 6, and I'm sorry, I love the Ghost. I was kind of loved Dinklebot when he first came out in Destiny 1, but I believe it's Nolan North who voices him now. Does a fantastic job as such a interesting way to tell stories with your little ghost that follows you around. I love the weapons. I love doing dungeons with my friends. I've made some of my best friends now through Destiny 2. I'll say it. Shout out to Niall. I met one of my great friends, Niall, playing Destiny 2 now, and it's kind of sad that like we just don't have that game to play now together, and it really bums all of us out of where the state of Destiny 2 is. And like I said, I could go on forever with how Destiny has gone since Final Shape and before even Final Shape, kind of. But I'm going to leave it here. Destiny as a franchise as a whole is still one of the best franchises you could ever experience. And if you haven't experienced it while it happened, I almost kind of feel bad because I'm not sure if, I don't think there is a way at this point. With everything that's been sunset in Destiny 2, you can't go back and experience everything. So it was one of those ones where you kind of just had to be there, and that's why it's fallen to 3. It probably should be number 2, but it falls to 3 because I can't recommend this franchise to you to play now. It's just one of my favorites. That kind of hurt to say, but let's move on to number 2. Number 2, everybody knows I love look at back there, my Pokemon card on the wall. It's Pokemon. I started playing Pokemon Emerald. In fact, down here in the corner, you can actually see my original Game Boy. My original copy of Emerald is still in that Game Boy, and it still works. Absolutely love Pokemon. I've played it throughout the years. I've made my video now that I'm currently trying to get into competitive Pokemon because, well, at 28 years old, I can't keep up with the first-person zoomer shooters anymore, and I really like playing competitive video games. Competitive Rainbow Six Siege is one of the games I've played a lot of. I've really enjoyed League of Legends competitively. I've enjoyed Valorant competitively. I've enjoyed CS:GO competitively. Well, now it's time to give Pokemon a shot. It's something that I've loved for years, and the fact that I can take all my little buddies that I've grown up with, training and leveling and learning all the different moves, and take it to that next level, it's only going to make Pokemon more special in my heart. I absolutely love it. I have nothing. I shouldn't say I have nothing negative to say about this franchise. I still don't know where I lie on the graphics and art style of Pokemon. I think people's expectations when it switched from a handheld only video game with the 3DS going to a genuine console that you can plug in and play on your TV with the Nintendo Switch. I understand that expectations are different now that it's on a real console, and I don't get me wrong, if they made a Skyrim super realistic looking Pokemon, I'd probably play it in a heartbeat, but also I'm still kind of on the side where I like how cartoony and goofy it looks. I just need it to run better. Scarlet and Violet had awful performance on the original Switch. I play it now on my Switch 2 and it runs like a dream, and it made me realize how good Gen 9 is with Scarlet and Violet and how much fun it actually is now that I can actually run the game right. Like, now that I actually get the frame rate and performance that a modern day game should have, especially being a first party product. So, Pokemon, it's one of the best, and even if you don't like video games, you can go and you can play the card game, you can watch a TV show, you can collect the card, like you can collect the cards. You don't even have to play the card game. I don't recommend collecting the cards with the scalping that's going on in the community at the moment, but that's a whole nother issue that I'm not going to get into. I'm also recording this the day after the shiny Miraidon and Koraidon codes went out at GameStop, and that's a whole other mess. So, I love Pokemon as an idea. I love Pokemon as a franchise. I will continue to love it. I do wish it was managed just a little bit better. But that's my number two. Pokemon, there's no topping it. Or there is topping it, but by number one, obviously. But it's hard to. Pokemon encompasses basically an entire world. But that brings me to number one. And if you pay attention to my background at all, you already knew what it was. And if you paid attention to the background of the thumbnail today, you already knew what it was. I gotta spin my chair right here. It's Halo. Halo is my favorite game franchise of all time. And much like Destiny, unfortunately, I don't think it's in a wonderful spot right now. But when I was just thinking of ideas and how to make this little top 5 video I wanted to make, just because this isn't in a great spot right now doesn't take away from the fact of how great Halo has been and Destiny has been, the highs and lows of Pokemon, the highs and lows of Fallout with Fallout 76, the highs and lows of Battlefield with Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 2042, and the highs and lows of Elder Scrolls and still waiting for another game in that, and everything that's gone on there. Modern day gaming is far from dead. It's doing pretty great, especially playing Borderlands 4 right now. Things are looking up. However, there are these franchises that I love that have really suffered in the recent years, and Halo is certainly one of those. And Halo Infinite is unfortunately a wonderful game with terrible management as well. I'm going to make a video on the state of Halo and my feelings around Halo, and that's kind of the tease for my next big video. It's going to take a few weeks probably for me to do the research, get the footage, and put everything together because I want to make sure I do this right. Halo means the world to me, and the reason Halo is at my number one spot as I ramble and ramble and ramble is because this is the first like real video game that I got to play with my grandfather. My grandfather, he shouldn't have been buying it for me at 5th grade, but hey, we all make mistakes, I guess. But my grandfather got me Halo Combat Evolved when I was a kid, and we played it on the computer, and he and I would run around and laugh at the aliens and the little grunts. the little grunts. And the story of Master Chief and Cortana through the first 3 games is some of my favorite storytelling ever. My personal favorite one is Halo Reach, but that's more because of my age. I didn't get an Xbox 360 until Halo 3's life cycle kind of ended. So 1, 2, and 3 I only really played the campaigns of a lot. I never really got to experience those multiplayer nights with those two, but Halo Reach I did. Halo Reach I was almost completely max leveled and had everything unlocked in the store. That's how much I played that game. And I will always have those memories of my brother and I running around in the Gauss Warthog in big team battle. And so, and like I have memories of me and my grandfather hunting the skulls in Halo 3's campaign and trying to get all the armor unlocks and all the achievements, and one thing leads to another, and hunting those achievements is how I discovered Achievement Hunter, and how discovering Achievement Hunter is how I discovered Rooster Teeth, and discovering Rooster Teeth and Red vs. Blue is the reason I went to college for what I did, and the reason I made it to UCSS, and the reason I'm doing these videos now, and it all kind of ties back into my grandfather buying me Halo Combat Evolved when I was a kid. Like, it all stems from there. And the memories that I have sitting next to him and playing these games over the years, I'll never forget them. So Halo is one of those franchises that just it made such an impact on my life that it will always be number 1. And 2, modern day Halo, the games might be suffering, but a positive to look at is the books. Oh, I keep turning the wrong way. The books. I have more of the books out in my living room. I don't have them all displayed on the shelf over here because they're so special. I want them on display all the time so that I can see them all the time. I want to read the books more. I haven't finished all of them. I think I've only read Fall of Reach and Cole Protocol, but there's like 35 of them at this point, and they're all kind of all over the place, but I don't care. I'll read anything from Halo. And if you're looking for a lot of like book content and lore content, I know Kemi Shep over here on YouTube and TikTok is one of my favorites to just sit and listen to Halo lore and learn about it, because he's an absolute lore expert in the community, and I adore everything. I'll link his YouTube and TikTok down here in the description too. I'm sure his following is 4 times the size of this channel, but if I'm going to shout him out, I'm going to shout him out. And yeah, that's really my top 5, man. I love all of these. Battlefield, Fallout, Destiny, Pokemon, Halo, all of my honorable mentions. A lot of these have a lot to do with who I am today as a person, and the people that I've met, and the friends that I've made, and the memories that I've made playing them. It's the same as soccer, right? Like everyone that I've met and made memories with through soccer, a lot of it also ties into video games and things like that. And I don't know, I just want to make this quick video, so I had something to put out this week, and this will probably be my way of just rambling for a video that I don't have to put too much work into while I work on the bigger stuff like Halo. So look forward to that Halo video coming out. We're getting announcements for Halo sometime at the end of October is the rumor, so I'm going to try and have it out before then. I can do a current update, and you guys will see it when it comes out. I'm hoping 2-3 weeks, but we'll see. Football season's a little bit messy for me. And if you really enjoyed this, leave a like, leave a comment, do the subscribe and everything. But more than anything, in the comments, I would love, if you've made it this far, to hear your list of your top 5 franchises. And even if you want to include why your list is the way it is, I'd love to know. Like, I'm always down to hear other people's choices. I'm sure I could make 4 other lists of different franchises that I love. I could go into my top Halo games, my top 5 Pokemon games, my top 5 things about Destiny, Fallout, and Battlefield. I just like talking about this stuff, like the stuff I love. So in the comments, please tell me your top 5 and what you would have done if you were making this video. I look forward to reading all of it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.